excited.
Absolutely. That's the one that's soaring away in trade, Castrol India. But now on the technicals, we are now joined by Nagaraj Shetti, Senior Technical Research Analyst at HDFC Securities. Hi, Nagaraj, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. The stock that you've picked out for us is Cochin Shipyard, and has seen a good run up in the past 5 days or so, up nearly 10%. From here on, where do you see the stock headed?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, Cochin Shipyard has been in a strong downtrend. Over the last few months, we have seen continuous decline without showing any reasonable upside bounces in between. This week's bounce is indicating the change in trend from the lower levels. From near 1500 levels, I'm expecting an important bottom formation as of now, and currently placed at the edge of the downsloping trend line resistance somewhere around the 1650 levels. The overall this chart pattern is indicating we are likely to see some more upside and decisive upside breakout in the stock price in the near term. So the next overhead resistance to be watched is around 1780 to 1800 levels in the near term.
Alright, so those are the levels to watch for Cochin Shipyard. But let's move on and get you another newsmaker of today, that is Coal India. And this one is in the spotlight after its board has given an in-principle approval to list two of its key subsidiaries, the Southeastern Coalfield and Mahanadi Coalfields. And the company will now send the proposal to the Ministry of Coal and DIPAM, with steps underway to target the listings in FY27. Now, this move is seen as a value unlocking trigger. SECL contributes to about 29% of Coal India's production, while NCL has about 22%. Just to give you a reference on how these stack up in terms of production for Coal India, on the profitability front, NCL accounts for a sizable 27% of PAT and SECL around 9%, just highlighting the significance of the assets being unlocked. So yes, that's the latest we have on Coal India. The stock has actually given up those morning gains, but still continuing to trade in the green, up about 0.5% in trade right now.
Alright, with this, let's move on and let's talk about Hero MotoCorp, because today Motilal Oswal has come out with a note reiterating their buy and with a target price of 5,782 rupees. What they are highlighting is that the company sticks to their volume growth guidance at the industry level, that is for the second half of 8 to 10%, but alongside the company is confident of gaining more market share in the 125cc segment on the back of the new launches that the company have made recently. With respect to their EVs, they say that for now the VIDA market share stands at around 14%. They aspire to take it to 14 to 15% towards the March 2026. And lastly, with respect to the export target, 8% is what their export is contributing to the overall financials, but they aspire to take this number to 10%. So all in all, good report coming in for Hero MotoCorp, but the stock is trading absolutely flat as we speak right now.
Alright, so that's Hero Motor for you, down about 0.5% in trade. But Nagaraj, coming to you, you've picked out Dalmia Bharat for us. Now this one is up about 2% in trade today. However, if you look at the chart trend in the past 6 months or so, it's been absolutely flat, just about a percent uptick in the past 6 months. But from here on, do you see a turnaround story?
Yes, of course, I'm witnessing some turnaround story in Dalmia Bharat. Around 1950 odd levels, it has formed important bottom reversal, and the recent downward corrections has halted at the higher bottom, and the stock price has moved up again. The 200-day EMA has been regained again, and the stock price is currently trading above that level, around 2100 levels, above 2100 levels. The overall chart pattern is looking positive. I'm expecting more upside from here onwards. 2200 is going to be the next hurdle to be watched in the next 1 month.
So that's the view on Dalmia Bharat. But moving on, another newsmaker today, and that's soaring away in trade, that's Vikran Engineering. Now this one is gaining momentum after it has bagged a large 2,000 crore rupees EPC order from Onyx Renewables. Now, this order is for setting up 600 megawatt AC solar projects across multiple locations in Maharashtra. Now, this turnkey contract covers end-to-end execution, including design, procurement, installation and commissioning as well, along with supply of solar modules and inverters, and it's to be completed in a span of 12 months. Now, this win has meaningfully scaled up Vikran's order book, which the management earlier in the day told us now stands at nearly 4,400 crore rupees. So yes, a good move over there. The stock is also trading pretty high, more than nearly 11% of gains. This is down, however, from the 13% gains that we saw earlier in the day.
Alright, that was Vikran Engineering. But with this, viewers, it's time now to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back on the other side. Welcome back to Market Farafat right here on ET Now, and we have Nagaraj with us, and Nagaraj has been highlighting all the stocks that are making to his radar. And Nagaraj, coming to you for our next stock, and that is Kfin Tech. Help us understand more about this. Why is this stock looking interesting to you?
Hi, this stock was in a range-bound action over the last few months. A rounding bottom type pattern has been formed at the lower level, somewhere around 1050, and after the rounding bottom pattern, this stock has started to move in the last couple of weeks, and the overall chart picture is indicating that there is a high possibility of a breakout of this range movement. Currently trading around 1101, and I'm expecting this to move towards the next hurdle of around 1200 level, which is the next set of resistance, like downsloping trend line in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Alright, so that's the word on Kfin Tech, but let's move on and get you some more buzzers. That's the IT stock, IT pack, which is yet again in focus. Now this time because the US has announced a major overhaul of the H-1B visa program and ending the traditional lottery system. Now the US will now move to a weighted H-1B selection, prioritizing higher paid and higher skilled workers. And under this new framework, the applicants will be ranked by wage levels.
Us all those details, but with this let's move on and let's talk about Dr. Reddy's then, because from the Pharma pack this stock is in focus today, because do remember that specifically for Dr. Reddy's there has been a big semaglutide approval for the Canadian market that was expected, and even the management is right that towards the end of this particular calendar year they are expecting to hear some response. So now almost a month back Dr. Reddy's was asked for more additional details on their semaglutide approval, and some of the reports were suggesting that this approval is not true. Now, in a response to that, Dr. Reddy has come out with an announcement where they have said that semaglutide not approved in Canada due to the regulatory issues. This particular news is baseless as of now. They clarified on this news that the reports related to Canada approval for semaglutide are baseless, and along with that, there have been no further developments in the matter since their intimation that we just talked about back in October 29th, 2025. So on the back of that, Dr. Reddy's throughout the start of the day, the stock was under pressure, but it's seen to be recovering slowly and steadily from its day's lowest point.
Alright, so that's Dr. Reddy's lab for you. But moving on, Nagaraj, you've picked out GMDC for us. It's trading about 3% higher today, and if you look at the past 6-month trend, it has seen a solid 37% uptick. But from here on, do you see more upside coming for the stock?
Yes, I'm expecting more upside. The downward correction which started from the October month seems to have completed recently from around 470 levels, and the stock has bounced back. The overall chart pattern is indicating upside continuation pattern. The stock price has moved above the weekly moving average of like 10 and 20-week EMA around 545 levels. So more upside could be there towards 590 to 600 levels, which is the next set of hurdle in the next weeks to come.
GMDC, more upside likely, that's the word coming in. But now let's also talk about the Pharma pack. Now Biocon and Ajanta Pharma, both of these counters are in focus today, trading pretty much in the green. They've signed a strategic out-licensing agreement. Now Biocon has signed this with Ajanta Pharma to market semaglutide, which is a GLP-1 therapy for type 2 diabetes, and that's across 26 countries in Africa, the Middle East and Central Asia as well. Now, under this deal, Biocon will manufacture and supply the therapy, whereas Ajanta will commercialize and market it, leveraging its strong branded generics present in across over 30 emerging markets. Now, this agreement provides Biocon with faster market access, scalable distribution, and monetization of its pipeline R&D investment, expanding its global GLP-1 portfolio. And for Ajanta, it strengthens its footprint with over 220 brands and over 2,000 medical representatives, ensuring widespread reach. Now remember, GLP-1 therapies are a fast-growing blockbuster category, making this partnership a key growth driver for both of these companies, and hence we are seeing a solid uptick